Lesson 149. It's time. What's the difference between it's time for us to leave and it's time we left?
The difference between it's time for us to leave and it's time we left is that it's time for us to leave means that now is the correct time to leave, whereas it's time we left means that we are a little late and maybe need to hurry.
Give me another example of it's time followed by an infinitive, please.
It's 9 o'clock. It's time for the children to go to bed.
And give me another example of it's time followed by the past tense, please.
It's nearly midnight. It's time the children went to bed.
Beat, beat, beaten. What am I doing?
You're beating your pen on the edge of the table.
Does your country usually get beaten at football?
Yes, my country usually gets beaten at football.
Chief, tribe. What do you find to be the chief difficulty for you in learning English?
I find the chief difficulty for me in learning English to be the contractions.
What do we mean by the chief of a tribe?
By the chief of a tribe, we mean the leader of the tribe.
Disappoint, disappointment. Are you easily disappointed?
No, I'm not easily disappointed.
What's the biggest disappointment you've ever suffered in your life?
The biggest disappointment I've ever suffered in my life was when my country lost the World Cup.
Fine, superior. Are fine wines often extremely expensive?
Yes, fine wines are often extremely expensive.
What do we mean when we say that somebody has fine hair?
When we say that somebody has fine hair, we mean that each individual hair is thin.
Sort, sort out. Recycle, rubbish. What sort of food should we eat if we want to stay healthy?
We should eat fruit and vegetables if we want to stay healthy.
If we want to recycle our rubbish, do we have to sort it into different types?
Yes, if we want to recycle our rubbish, we have to sort it into different types.
Are you good at sorting out other people's problems for them?
Yes, I'm good at sorting out other people's problems for them.
Hollow, solid, fall to pieces. How can we tell if a wall is hollow or solid?
We can tell if a wall is hollow or solid by tapping it with our finger.
And what sort of sound do we get when we tap a hollow wall?
We get a hollow sound when we tap a hollow wall.
What do we get when water changes from a liquid state to a solid state?
We get ice when water changes from a liquid state to a solid state.
Could a table that's not solidly built fall to pieces?
Yes, a table that's not solidly built could fall to pieces.
The lot. Popcorn. If you went to the cinema and bought a ticket, some popcorn and a drink, how much would you expect to pay for the lot?
If I went to the cinema and bought a ticket, some popcorn and a drink, I'd expect to pay about £18 for the lot.
Represent. Representative. Symbolize. Ceremony. What's one meaning of the verb to represent?
One meaning of the verb to represent is to symbolize.
Give me an example, please.
Love is often represented in pictures by a red heart.
What's another meaning of the verb to represent?
Another meaning of the verb to represent is to act in the place of.
Give me an example, please.
David was chosen to represent the workers at the management meeting.
What's the name of the representative for your town in the government of your country?
The name of the representative for my town in the government of my country is Akaike Hashimoto.
Shame. Ashamed. What do we mean if we say that someone is filled with shame?
If we say that someone is filled with shame, we mean that they are filled with a strong feeling of embarrassment and regret for what they have done.
How do people behave when they feel ashamed of what they've done?
When people feel ashamed of what they've done, they avoid eye contact, become red in the face, say they're sorry, etc.
What would I mean if I said, it was a shame you couldn't come to the party last weekend?
If you said, it was a shame you couldn't come to the party last weekend, you'd mean it was a pity I couldn't come to the party last weekend.
Exclaim. Nonsense. What do we exclaim when we think someone's talking nonsense?
When we think someone's talking nonsense, we can exclaim nonsense, rubbish, etc.
Traffic jam. If you were stuck in a very bad traffic jam, would you turn your car engine off to save petrol?
Yes, if I was stuck in a very bad traffic jam, I'd turn my car engine off to save petrol.
Rank. Admiral. Is the rank of Admiral one of the highest ranks in the Navy?
Yes, the rank of Admiral is one of the highest ranks in the Navy.
Tailor. Dressmaker. Designer. Who does a man go to if he wants a suit made especially for him?
A man goes to a tailor if he wants a suit made especially for him.
And who does a woman go to if she wants clothes made especially for her?
A woman goes to a dressmaker or designer if she wants clothes made especially for her.
Name some internationally famous clothes designers.
The names of some internationally famous clothes designers are Stella McCartney, Tom Ford, etc.
Baggage. What do we mean by baggage?
By baggage, we mean suitcases and other bags that we travel with.
What's another word for baggage?
Another word for baggage is luggage.